What is the meaning of life? Such a broad, complex, and just unanswerable question. Life, in general, is impossible to define. Life is an experience that is spiritual, biological, mental, personal, and really any other all you can think of. Many types of philosophy have attempted to answer this question and give us all an idea over what we live for. For many, this mere conflict can lead to a plethora of problems. It's hard to live, let alone happily, if you don't know what you're living for. For today's dive into philosophy, let us look into existentialism, a philosophical idea that grapples with the troubles and meaning of existence. In culture, existentialism is defined as a thought process that focuses on the individual existence, more specifically, on the tension between making decisions and living life with importance and purpose in a reality that gives us no indication that our choices and existence are correct or impactful in the grand scheme of things. With this, existentialism explores the idea that individuals have a need that purpose-answering traditions, such as science or religion, cannot fill. A need that gives us the reason as to why we exist in a world that doesn't care if we do. As for the history of the ideology, it is quite complicated. Many philosophers have contributed to existentialism, but not all called themselves existentialists. The first philosopher to officially use the phrase was Jean-Paul Sartre. While it is hard to say whether he was the primary contributor to existentialism becoming a movement, as his works are largely based on philosophers before him, he was the first philosopher to cultivate these thoughts and ideas and name the ideology existentialism. In Sartre's work, there are three core principles to existentialism. The first is phenomenology. Phenomenology is the examination of how we experience the world from a first-person perspective and the complexities and importance of that observation. Let us use an example. Say you are looking at a bedroom. You may want to list what you see in the room when describing it. However, phenomenologists encourage us to study what we experience when looking at the bedroom. Are you studying individual objects or the room as a whole? Do you think of the colors, sounds, smells, or your mood when looking at the bedroom? Do you focus on one part of the room you gravitate towards, or do you hate certain parts of the room? Phenomenologists explain that this understanding is how we actually experience reality. We do not just see objects together, but we see the world in a way that is shaped by our interests, experiences, memories, likes, dislikes, intentions, and much more. If we look at these objects, we do not just see wheels, a frame, lights, and doors. We see a car. Maybe we see its color, or think about how it must drive. This is true for our entire existence, and it is important for existentialist thought. The next core principle is freedom. Many existentialist thinkers were atheists, so they did not believe that there was a higher, spiritual reason for existence. Existentialists think that we do not possess inherent value other than the fact that we exist, and that this is the greatest understanding of human beings. Once we understand that our greatest value is that we exist, we must use our existence to shape ourselves. Therefore, because we exist, we must use the infinite freedom that mere existence grants us to make decisions and have responsibilities that make us into the human beings we want to be. However, to existentialists, freedom is a double-edged sword. With so many options, existentialists believe that this much freedom can be a burden, and that the limitless possibilities one can make to shape their existence is what leads to anxiety. In other words, anxiety is dizziness caused by the burden of possibility. The final principle is authenticity. Authenticity is the next step after an existentialist has understood their perspective on the world and the freedom they have. In order to not fall into the trap of not understanding how to live in such a seemingly meaningless existence, authenticity must be understood. You have to stay true to who you are and understand yourself, including the fact that you are a human with an expiration date. To be authentic and take advantage of the freedoms you have, you must accept the reality of your humanity and of yourself, and act against escapism, societal norms, and peer pressure in order to live fully and happily. Existentialism, when thought of correctly, helped its followers to live life by following its core principles. Once achieved, a person properly understands how they observe the world around them, acknowledges the freedoms and responsibilities that come with this existence, and promotes authenticity in order to live happily and with purpose in a meaningless universe. If even one core principle is not properly understood, then an existentialist will fall into their stereotypical view: a universe with no meaning, with an unyielding anxiety with how to live, with purpose within it. Once adopted properly, existentialism may help you live life to the fullest, giving you a greater sense of how to live properly and give yourself the meaning you need to live life to the fullest. Hello everybody, thank you for watching the video. I actually had a lot of fun making this one. I think this is a very interesting topic, and I hope to hear some of your opinions on this outlook on life in the comments below. If you want to see any other videos like this, check out some of the videos in front of you or go to the channel and take a look there. I hope we have another video that you will really like and you can become a member. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.